Welcome to the Motivational Institute, where passion and purpose will always find you. My name is Stacey Burrell, and today we are going to continue on with my top 5 philosophies on how to level up in life. So the first one that I discussed in a previous video was creating a new identity. We also talked about capacity and how to really expand ourselves and become bigger. So today's focus will be on aligning your values. Aligning your values. So a great question to start with is, what's your why? What is your why? Simon Sinek posed this question. Eric Thomas has done the same. And I want you to really think about what drives you and what motivates you. So, as you all know, I'm a contracted trainer with Hope for Prisoners, and John Ponder is the CEO of Hope. And one of the things that he talks about with participants is really having them identify the things that they value in life. And people will say different things like they value God, their family, their career, their health, their finances. The list goes on and on. I want you to, if you can, pause this video or really just stop and think about and write down what are some things that you value in your life. Try to come up with at least 5 or 6 of those. And when you look down at that piece of paper, ask yourself, why do you value these specific things? Right? Like, what's the why behind it? And then once you've come up with what those values are and then what's your why, think about your behaviors and your actions. So a lot of times people will say things like, I want a really successful career, right? And that's something that they desire and they want, but their behavior is not lining up with that value, right? Their behavior is they're getting up late, they're not preparing for work, or they have a negative attitude about the job that they have. They're not focusing on being grateful. They're not finding ways to develop themselves personally, professionally, whatever that is. So I can say, yeah, I want my career to go to the next level. I can say, hey, I want my marriage to go to the next level. I want my relationship with my kids to be great, to be rich, to be full of connection and love and fun. But if I'm sitting on the couch, if I'm complaining to other people, if I'm not making time for others or for myself, I can't expect to have that type of outcome, right? So I want you to think about what really motivates you. Like, what gets you up out of bed every single morning? Like, where does that spark come from? And if you can't think of anything like right now on the spot, that's okay. Like, take a week, take a few days and kind of meditate on it and pray about it and really get quiet about it and ask yourself, like, what excites you? What are you living for? And then ask yourself, are your behaviors lining up with that? Right? How do we make those adjustments so that we can get the things that we want out of life? Like the things that we say that we value, get the most, out of those things. So I want you to think about what's your why. Think about being very intentional. So when I said, we write down our values and then ask yourself the question of, why is that important? Why does it even matter? Why do you want that? Right? What's your intention behind that? I know me personally, I've had to check my intentions about a lot of things, and I'm still doing that to this day, like right now, presently, this week. I'm thinking about something that I have I locked in on, right? A goal of mine and something that I desire. But I'm also taking that step back to say, why do I desire it? Right? What's really driving me? What's my motive? What's my intention behind this? And sometimes my intentions aren't in the right places. So I have to take a step back and check my intentions before I can even go in and try to line myself up with that value or line myself up with that desire. So ask yourself this question: what's my why? Why do you get up? Right? Why do you go at life at the energy and excitement that you do? What needs to happen so that you can do that? Maybe it is going back to finding that joy, creating that new identity, being positive, being grateful, and all these other things. And then self-reflect and do your own work to say, what do I need to change about me? Right? What needs to happen internally? what needs to happen spiritually, what needs to happen on a whole nother level so that I can really obtain the things that inside of me I desire or I feel like I'm worthy of, that I should have and that I should experience. So I hope that this information was helpful today. Again, this is my top 5, right? We got creating a new identity, we have expanding our capacity, and today we have aligning our values. So I hope that this message was a blessing to you. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.